Have you ever wondered where the clone army in Star Wars actually came from? Not just who ordered it, but the world that created it in secret, far beyond the Outer Rim? Today we're diving into one of the most mysterious planets in Star Wars, Kamino, the ocean world of endless storms and the birthplace of the clone army. And by the end of this video, you may never look at Attack of the Clones the same way again. Kamino is not a planet you easily find. In fact, it was missing from the Jedi archives entirely, deleted, erased, hidden from galactic maps. A world lost in the middle of an endless ocean system, surrounded by constant storms, lightning, and towering waves that crash beneath artificial cities built on stilts above the sea. It's beautiful, but deeply unsettling. Kamino feels less like a home and more like a laboratory, and that's exactly what it is. The inhabitants of Kamino, the Kaminoans, are tall, pale beings with long necks and large dark eyes. They are calm, precise, and emotionally distant. But their greatest trait is not appearance, it's science. The Kaminoans are genetic engineers. To them, life is not something sacred or mysterious. It is something that can be designed, controlled, and improved. Cloning is not unethical in their eyes. It is evolution. Long before the Clone Wars, a secret order was placed for a massive clone army. A Jedi Master named Sifo Dyas commissioned it under mysterious circumstances that even the Jedi Council did not fully understand. But the order was real, and Kamino obeyed. Millions of clones were created in secret, trained from birth, engineered for combat, designed for obedience, an entire army, waiting for a war that had not yet begun. When Obi-Wan Kenobi eventually discovers Kamino in Attack of the Clones, it is almost by accident. A missing planet leads him into the storm where he finds an entire military force already prepared for the Republic. The Kaminoans tell him the army was ordered by the Jedi, but the Jedi never approved it. This contradiction becomes one of the most important mysteries in Star Wars, because it means someone else is controlling the future of the galaxy. At the center of the clone army is one man, Jango Fett, a Mandalorian bounty hunter chosen as the genetic template for every clone soldier. In return, he is paid handsomely and receives one unaltered clone, Boba Fett. A son, yet also a copy. From his DNA, millions of identical soldiers are born, but not truly identical in mind. Because over time, the clones develop personalities, friendships, and identities of their own. They are not machines, they are people, created in batches. Kamino itself raises them in sterile, controlled facilities. Everything is regulated. Training begins early, obedience is built into their nature. But the Kaminoans do not see themselves as villains, they see themselves as scientists serving progress. To them, war is simply a function of the galaxy, and soldiers are just the solution. When the Clone Wars begin, the army is deployed across the galaxy almost instantly. The Republic suddenly has a military it never truly built. But hidden inside the clones is something no one fully understands: Order 66, a secret command embedded into their programming. When activated, it overrides all loyalty to the Jedi and turns the clones into their executioners. This is the turning point of the galaxy. The Jedi, once generals and peacekeepers, are betrayed by the very soldiers they fought beside. The Republic collapses, the Empire rises, and the clones, engineered for loyalty, become tools of control. Over time, the Empire begins phasing out clones in favor of natural-born recruits. Kamino loses its influence. Its facilities are abandoned or repurposed, and the endless storms continue to rage over the ocean world as if nothing ever changed. But everything did, because Kamino leaves behind a deeper question: if life can be engineered and loyalty can be programmed, what does it mean to be an individual? The clones were created as identical soldiers, but they became something more. They became people with names, bonds, and choices, even in a system designed to erase individuality. So when you look back at Kamino, you don't just see a cloning facility, you see a mirror held up to the galaxy, a question about control, identity, and humanity itself. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this Star Wars deep dive, let me know what planet or species I should cover next. And as always, may the Force be with you.